BODMAS or BIDMAS, order of operations. Sometimes in maths we get questions where there's more than one operation to do. There's a rule for the order in which the operations need to take part, so everyone's doing maths in the same way. And that follows something called BODMAS, or it can be written as BIDMAS. So if we take BODMAS and BIDMAS, they're exactly the same, just the difference an O here and an I here. So you might hear it as BIDMAS, you might hear it as BODMAS, so I'm just going to talk through both of them. So what we do is we do the brackets first, and then we do orders. That's what it's called in BODMAS, or indices. In BIDMAS it means exactly the same, it just means that if you have a squared number or a square root, you do that next. Then we do divide, multiply, add, and subtraction is always the last calculation that we do. So it's important to note that anything in brackets gets done first. So you calculate first, even if it's a subtract, if it's in brackets, it always goes first. So the order is, just to recap, whether it's BODMAS or BIDMAS, brackets, indices or orders, things like squared numbers, then divide, multiply, add and subtract. So you need to remember BODMAS or BIDMAS, whatever your teachers taught you. So let's have a look at an example. So we've got 14 subtract 5 times by 2. So we go to up here, let's use the BODMAS one, and we go down and there's no brackets. There's no squared numbers, there's no divide, but that is multiply. So the first thing we do is 5 times 2. And I'm going to write here 10 below, because 5 times 2 is 10. Once I've done my calculation, what I then do of all the numbers and operations that I haven't done, they just move down to the next line. Like that. Then we have a new question, and our new question is 14 subtract 10. So we go down, and it's subtraction. There's only one operation to do. So we do our subtraction, and 14 subtract 10 is 4. Okay, so that's our first example. So just to recap, what we did is we did our multiplying first, because it's first in the list, and then we did our subtracting second, and we brought down the parts of the question that we haven't done. Let's look at a different example. Let's have a look at this one. 9 squared minus 3 times 5. So, first thing we're going to do is, there's no brackets, so there's nothing to do, but there are indices. There's 9 squared. So 9 squared, we need to do that first, because indices comes first. So we write the answer below. And just like I did on the first example, the part of the question that I haven't done comes down. Next, we go down, there's no divide, but there is multiply. So we do our multiply. And the part of the question that we haven't done, this bit here, comes down. And then we need to do 81 minus 15. Now I'm going to do that as a column, so I think that's going to be the easiest way to do it. Our answer is 66. So recap. We did our orders, or our indices, our powers. We did 9 squared is 81. We brought down this part of the question to here. We did multiply next. 3 times 5, 15. We brought down the part of the question we hadn't done. And we did 81 take away 15 is 66. Let's look at another one. Let's look at one with some brackets in. Let's have a look at ten squared plus 9 minus 7. Okay, so what we're going to do here, we need to go and look at BODMAS again, or BIDMAS. Now there are brackets, so we need to do the brackets first. It is a subtraction, but because it's in the brackets, it comes first. It doesn't matter what operation it is within the brackets, it's got brackets around it, we always do it first. So we're going to do the work in the brackets. 9 minus 7 is 2. Then we're going to bring down this. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to do our square number here. So 10 squared is 100. And then we're going to bring down our add 2. And that makes 102. And that is how we do BODMAS. Let's just have a look at the first question again. If we were to do it in the wrong order, let's see how it could work if we did it in the wrong order. So if we did 14 minus 5, we'd have 9, and then 9 times 2 is 18, but that would be wrong. Right, so we've got to follow BODMAS or you'll get the wrong answer. You can still get an answer if you do it in a different order, but it's not the correct way of doing it. So remember, follow BODMAS, write it out. Don't need to write out all the words if you don't need to. Write these out, follow them, and remember to make it easy for yourself, do part of the question, bring everything else down, do the next question, bring it down until you've got one operation left, and then you've got your final answer. And that's that. Well done.